Hi Karen, it's Emily Mackey. It's nice to finally meet you via video. Today I'll be demonstrating with the base 10 blocks how to do our main 4 operations, as well as using graph paper to show how to teach area and perimeter. So for my base 10 blocks, I have these handy dandy homemade base 10s. So they're a little funky, they're made out of note cards, but I do have the same 10 squares that represent 10 of the ones blocks so that we can do the lesson. So to start off, I'll go ahead and demonstrate an addition problem. So today we're going to work through 11 plus 36 using the blocks. So to do this, I would just go ahead and divide it into its 2 different parts of 11 and 36 and build them with the blocks. So I'll do the 1, 10 for the 1 in the tens place, as well as the 1, 1 for the 1 in the ones place on 11. For 36, I'll use 3 of the tens blocks since we have 30 in that place, as well as 6 of my ones because we have 6 in the ones place. So to add this together, we can now just go ahead and combine what we've got. So in our tens, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then in our ones, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 for a total answer of 47. So for our kiddos, the entire equation would look like 11 plus 36 equals 47. The addition ones are pretty straightforward with the base 10s, but we do get a little more complicated as we get into other orders of operations. So moving into subtraction, we're going to do the problem of 48 minus 16. I'm going to do the same general concept where I go ahead and divide it down the middle into the parts of 48 and 16. But in this case, we're going to actually build 48 first and then take the 16 away from it, because this minus is equal to the term take away. So we can also look at 48 minus 16 as 48 take away 16. So let's go ahead and build our 48. 1, 2, 3, 4, because we have our 4 in the tens place, as well as 8 ones because we have an 8 in the ones place. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So now we need to take 16 away from that equation. So if we look at 16, we have a 1 in the tens place, so we can just take one of these ones right away. And we have 6 in the ones place, so we can take 6 away from this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For an end result of 32. So 48 minus 16 equals 32, and we can demonstrate that with the base 10 blocks. Now we're going to move into multiplication after I get this all reset. And look at 11 times 5. So in order to do this problem with the base 10 blocks, I'm actually going to use the strategy of repeated addition. So basically, I'm going to build the number 11 5 times and then add all the totals together. So we can do it a couple different ways. So we can either build it 1 by 1, 11, 11, and do that 5 times. Or we can look at this and know that 1 times 5 is 5, giving us 50 in the tens place. And then again, 1 times 5 is 5, giving us 5 in the ones place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there are actually 2 different ways for solving this and visualizing it using the base 10 squares, but either way, our total answer is that 11 times 5 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 50. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. So our total answer would be 55. Finally, we get to division, which I think is probably the trickiest to do with the base 10 squares. So we're going to look at 36 divided by 9. So I think that the easiest way to do this personally is to lay out the 36 and then divide it into 9 groups. So we're going to go ahead and build our 36. So we have a 3 in the tens place. So we need 3 of our 10 blocks. And we have 6 in our ones place. So we need 6 of our ones blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, so we do have this represented in 10s and 1s. However, it's kind of hard to take 9 away by doing that. So with real manipulative and real base 10 blocks, we would be able to build our own blocks of 10 and take away as necessary. So basically, I'm going to demonstrate that by just ripping one off of these 10s to make it 9, because currently we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10 on here, which means that 10 minus 1 equals 9. So for our first block, we'll go ahead, rip one off and move it over here. Rip one off and move it over here. And rip one off and move it over here because we're trying to form groups of 9. So now we have 3 of the 9 blocks. If kiddos get confused at this stage, since they took one off and moved it to the 1s place, we can just reiterate to them that it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and that that's what the square represents. So now we have one group of 9, one group of 9, one group of 9.